Hello. Haven't put my headphones on, so hopefully the audio is good, even though I haven't really started talking yet. Here's my headphones. All right, they're on. Hopefully the sound is still good. Sunglasses around here somewhere. Sunglasses, reading glasses. I mean. Use reading glasses instead of actual official prescription drawing glasses because apparently my prescription's so mild. I am prescription. That makes sense. Still good. Awesome. All right. So I visited a friend of mine in Kingston, Ontario's this week and got a huge pile of books, including, finally, Batman Year One. But I'm not going to go through that this week. I'm going to save it for next week. I'm going to go through 2 books. All right. So here's 2 books I'm going through. I'm going through Hell, Ink, and Water, The Art of Mike Mignola. This is from his show that was in October in New York City, which I would have loved to have gone to. But again, I had a house guest for that month and I couldn't travel. In hindsight, I wish I didn't have that house guest, but you do the right thing when you think you can. This book is just absolutely gorgeous. It actually has a few pieces that I'd never seen before, and I'm like a serious diehard Mignola fan. So, in fact, that just reminds me. I put aside all the Coven books to send out to the people who gave me quotes, and Mike's one of them. So I gotta ship those out this week. Look at these watercolors. Look at that. God, he does tentacles so well. It's just whenever I draw them, I get lost in drawing the little suction cups with the little razor hooks inside them. So weird, but he just does these magical little monsters. God, look at these nightmare nurses. Just something about this kind of cloudy, smoky way he uses watercolor that's just so weird and amazing. Like just this purple Hellboy he gets to. I'm still whenever I'm coloring Hellboy, I'm trying to be as red as possible, and Mike's gone this whole other very muted, ancient way. He's leaning right into the granularity of the watercolor and everything. I think this looks like gouache more than watercolor. Looks like it has some opacity in the color here. I would actually love to see what Mike would do in oils, but I think he would have picked up oils before now if he was going to. Kirby elements that are just still in there after all these years. This monster growing out of an eye socket. Just, oh my God. Here's some pen and ink work that obviously was colored later by others. And you can peer in and really, really, really see where there's been some corrections or he's changed his mind. I love that aspect. No, this Aliens Predator cover, so good, so good. They just killed each other. So good. I just love how he composes. This nice little Kevin Miller thing here. He is returning the wolves. Nazi werewolf or American werewolf killing a Nazi. Gotta love that. Conan, Red Sonja. So I mean, this was Etrigan. Yeah, of course I like Etrigan. Elric. I know someone who likes Elric. BPRD stuff. This is the big giant Hellboy robot, which honestly I still haven't picked up yet. I'm waiting for a trade of it, so that's why I've been buying everything. Crooked Man. I hope you've seen the movie. I really love the movie. Sandman. Baltimore. I'm not sure what the more Baltimore. Okay. Oh. Batman. That's one screwed up Robin head. I love it. This must be the dead Robin. Ghost Robin. This is obviously for the movie. Riddler Year One. All right, so it's tied into the movie. Just so much good stuff. Oh my God. Rocketeer, more Hellboy. Leonid the Vampire. I think I've seen that one. There's a lot of weird little things that Mike's done over the years. I love these. I don't think I've seen these witch drawings he did. I would have done everything I could to buy one of these. If I think they went up for auction while he was raising money for Chef Andre, I think, and he did those witch drawings. These I've seen, which is weird because it's usually he's posting in a cycle, and I would have seen the other witches or Hellboy. Such a beautiful book. $54 Canadian, $40 US. If you're a Mignola fan, it's a must get. Can't recommend it enough. Now, the other books I got, and I say books, is the limited edition to 1,000 copies slipcase. Mine got damaged. The other one's for my son. So this is like $160 slipcase art book of Slanya. I think it's probably pronounced Slanya. A lot of people pronounce it Slain because that's how it's phonetically spelled. Look at this. Oh my God. So first time I saw these were in 2000 AD in the actual tabloids, which are not much smaller than this to my mind. Look at that. Oh my God. So beautiful. Oh man. This is just so, I mean, this is early. This is summer. I think this is Bisley's first color comics work. I think everything he's done started here in terms of Batman, Judge Dredd, and everything else. I mean, he's not Bill Sienkiewicz. He brought something radically different to comics art that Sienkiewicz did. There's still the same amount of playfulness. I mean, just the cartooniness that you'll run through, and simplification and everything. Just some amazing stuff. You can see even here that there's some decisions being made purely on the basis of a deadline, where he's relying on the drawing with a little bit of highlight, a little bit of a base color, and then a little bit of a shadow tone, just to make everything tie together. There's some pages in here where it's essentially just tinted pencil drawings, which again would be, as time consuming as pen and ink drawings. But this is coming close to it, where it's pretty much a slightly tinted pencil drawing with a little bit of airbrush splatter on top of it to make it look like there's more going on than there actually is. There's a sequence in this book I want to get to. I might go through all three. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so starting with this page, you got what are essentially just pencil drawings, some airbrush and watercolor thrown on top. I assume it's all watercolor. Could be gouache or acrylics. If it's in wash, you can't tell unless you see it in person. But everything's pencil drawing with just the slightest bit of color, just just to make it look like it's as painted as everything else, but it's not. It's not. Like, just look at this page, which is rushed, compared to this page, which is super rushed. And you can see all the painting on this page. Look at that. Look at that face fully painted to that page, just pencil. That face. It's in pencil. So you can see what he's doing. Love the tree work here. Even some of his super fast work is really quite remarkable. Wow. And we got pen and ink, a little bit of watercolor and some airbrush. Again, still reads as full color, but there's not much color going on there. It's just really smart use of color. Here we got incredibly flat colors intermingled with like very graphic, very loose color. I mean, wow, so good. And so much of what he does here, it looks like he draws everything really dark, and he paints the highlights out. But he could also theoretically be going back in and, I don't know, maybe this is a photocopy, and he paints on top of the color photocopy to get the effect he wants, because this looks darker and flatter than this stuff. It's pretty interesting. A lot of technique going on in here. And here's more of the pencil with just a little bit of tinting to make it feel like it's colored. It works. But it works primarily because so much of it's surrounded by all this color work. This feels like a color photocopy too. It makes me wonder if maybe some of the pages got lost and these might be reproduced from the actual book, because the color seems off here. Like from one page to the next, it's like the color's different, where it's very likely from one page to the next, it's the exact same palette. I guess that was the first cover. Weirdest. So I guess during this stretch of Slanya, they only had 2 cover features. Now, to be honest, I haven't looked at the other 2 books yet. I mean, I've owned Slanya since the Fleetway paperbacks came out forever ago. But I stopped looking at them when they started falling apart because the glue dried out. So this is the first time I'm looking at these since for years. So it's kind of a thrill to go through these again and see them this big, and most of the pages this high quality. Nice big pen and ink drawing here. Well, I wonder how close this is to the size you painted it. Ooh, nice dragon. Again, the color looks a little off on this page. This page too. It's like as soon as your blacks flatten out, you don't see how the modeling the blacks and almost like a really matte black paint. I think those are pages that are taken from copy. Like, yeah, this page is off. This page is off. This page too. I bet if I went and dug out the other Fleetways, that the color reproduction on this is better. I might be imagining things, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Wow, look at these colors. Oh, look at that blue. Oh my God. Oop, dragon exploding. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's a monster. Oh, I think the monster's coming for Slanya. And this feels like a assemble page. This too. This feels like this is reproduced either from the book or from a reproduction or a color copy of the page. Maybe re-lettered. It's a little disappointing, but I mean, it's like the pages get lost over time, right? People get sold. You can't find out who you sold them to. Oh, cleavage. Again, look at this playful cartooning right in the middle of all this fully painted stuff. Love it. Oh, there's a nipple. Gotta be quick there. That's pretty cool. Wow. And there's some weird stuff happening in that blade. This page two looks like it's reproduced from a copy. Wow. Just wow. Swamp Thing. They're having a joke. And pen anything? Wow. Wow. Okay, one more book. I'll do some art. Promise. What are we doing here? Oh, that's a good question. All right. So I haven't dealt with any specific other cultures with any of the stories I'm playing with so far. The very first story is just internal Viking warfare and an island where I don't actually deal into the culture of the people being killed there. The implication is that there's some flavor of Celtic pagan, but I'm not going to get too much detail there. Female warrior. Wow. Imagine Bisley doing a Red Sonja comic. Wow. Subsequent stories, I don't really get into it. In fact, I'm still doing so much while I'm writing and working on it, because I am working on it now, because I think next week is the first week I'm starting the Thursdays and the Witchy Wednesdays. The first week they're coming back, and so hopefully I got enough work back that I won't miss any Wednesdays or Thursdays with those. Oh wow! Oh my God, so good! Look at this! Look at this! So good. And you can see some like modeling, like different values in the black there. Whereas like with the stuff that I've been suggesting has been copied, where the blacks all flatten out, you can't see any rendering in the darkest areas. So yeah, that's part of my thinking there. Just love how much the guy writing this is getting into it. That's a terrifying looking chariot. Terrifying looking horses. Now, when I first read this, I thought this was going to be the last Slanya story ever. But, you know, they kept doing Slanya stuff after. Whether he's doing the warp thing, where he's like just continually hulking out in every direction. Oh, killing a T-Rex man. You gotta love it when he kills a T-Rex man. Another king, more stuff, more stylized stuff. There he is, where he has to cut off his queen's head. Oh no! Everyone's sad. How sad everyone is. And then he misses. Look at that. Oh my God. Weird alien Lovecraftian monster wormy thing showing up. Gotta love it. And another dragon. Gotta love them dragons showing up. Oh wow, just ripping through people. Oh, that's his magic spear. So he throws it, screaming, pierces the guy, and just literally rips off his back and rips off that guy's back. Wow, it's a pretty insane spear. Zombies, undead guys. A bunch of bad guys about to cut Slanya's bits off, and oh, he humps him with his belt. He's got a boar horn belt, so he guts the guy with his pelvic thrust. And he throws his spear with his foot, which he established in the first volume. which I guess was a big deal. He castrates the bad guy, which kills him. And then giant evil monster thingy thing. It's around this point where I kind of realized, oh, it's not really ending as much as it's just a really beautiful arc for this character. And it's at this point where I think you could see Bisley losing interest. He's designing the pages with a certain amount of speed in mind. Not so much cutting corners, but he's cutting corners. More graphical, more stylized. I mean, he's pulling it out for a page like this, but I mean, pages like this, which are done. I mean, he would have spent like twice as much time in this in the first book, right? I mean, because that would have sold. Probably sold anyway, but it's nowhere near as good. I mean, these are nowhere near. This looks like it's an assistant took over. This is gorgeous. That's crude and fast. And then we got some more covers where he clearly steps up to work again. I mean, look at these. Oh my God. Wow. And yeah, if you look at the last chapters of Slanya over here, you can just see they're just not in the same league. He's just literally, I got to get this done. I got to go do Batman Judge Dredd or whatever. Wow, look at these pen and ink things. Yeah, and the part of the reason I don't feel bad about flipping through the whole book. What was this? Chat disconnected. Testing. Oh gosh, did I lose connection? Testing. Okay. It's weird. It looks like, oh, here we go. All right. Yeah, because I got a bunch of like chat disconnected messages. I just looked up and saw those. So hopefully we're good. All right. Good. Hopefully I didn't cut out or anything there. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, it says successfully connected, then chat disconnected, then successfully connected. That's weird. That is very weird. All right. So what I'm going to work on today, because when I dug out my Hero Initiative drawings this morning, I did not like one of them. Does that sound terrible? Does that sound lame? The Batman's not bad. I might still paint that. I like it better than the other Batman piece I'm working on, but it's like I just didn't feel like inking any of them. The Green Lantern's all right, but not great. Had a better idea for a Hulk drawing, but I don't want to start another drawing from scratch. So I figure what I'm going to do is I floated the idea of doing it last week. So I'm going to do that this week. After all, I'm going to finish painting that Etrigan piece. Just a black and white piece. And shouldn't take too long to do. There's a little bit of glare on it. Turn this. No. Wonder what I can do to get rid of some of that glare. Not much, I guess. Turn this one on a different angle. Huh. Okay, yeah, because the chat, I just got, this is the first time I've been seeing chat disconnected, connected signs. I realize sometimes I've just gone quiet, but I've never seen it actually get so many notifications about it. Mm. Well, no notifications of being connected, disconnected since. So knock on wood. Decide like where the most blinding whitest spot is going to be, and that's going to be where the fire is, because there's a light source here. So I have to establish that. This is still nowhere near as intense white as I want it to be. So this is just, say this is about 20% white. 20% of how intense white I want to get it. I mean, if you get super white, you end up being closer to that. But not when you brush it out like that. It's got yellow flesh, so his skin's going to catch highlights pretty effectively. Don't want to get in there too early, but I don't want to have these fingers too dark. Probably have to use some airbrush on this too to get it to that real whitest white point. If you guys have any questions while I'm working away on this, feel free to ask. If you have more questions about there will be some explorations of, assuming I get to do as many Viking horror stories as I want, because I got a lot of ideas for a lot of Viking horror stories. If I get to do them all, there will be. I'll go through the entirety of where the Vikings went that we know of historically, from Russia to the various Celtic islands, to Rome, to all those things. I want to get into all those places. So I think there's interesting, horrific tales to tell in all of those locations. See, this comes up here more. So part of me thinks gesso might be a better opaque coverage than just titanium white, but let's stick with what I got here. I just realized it's like 7:40. I went through those books really fast. Holy crap! I was worried I was going to spend like an hour on those 4 books. Slowly building up values here. I think what I want to do, I don't want to do it with an airbrush. I think I'm going to take a white pencil crayon. Assume I can find one handy quickly. I have a pile of them here. I think I was looking for one last week too, and I just didn't get one to pop up. There we go. All right. So I'm going to okay, that might seem a little garish, but I'm going to be using that to big old soft brush. And I'm going to take some matte medium. Some matte medium and some white. So what I'm basically very, very, very slowly doing is I'm lightening this dark area here that I hit with the dark burnt ivory gouache back when I first started doing this. It's too dark to get the silhouette to pop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten the background with the white paint mixed in here. And as I work through the white outline I just did with the white colored pencil crayon will disappear as I paint through it. Oh, look at that hair just popped right out. You see that? Cheap brushes, man. I buy cheap brushes because I'm terrible at taking care of my brushes. They also, this is so weird. As my brushes degrade, I kind of like the weird way I now get a new tool from a destroyed brush. If that makes sense. It gives me really interesting new marks. Actually, have it come up past the thumb and have it come up here too. Here we go. You get some of those strokes running through. I also put some interesting textures in here. You can see the weird lines going across it now. Well, that'll dry matte. And I might have to go and put an additional coat to actually get the lightening up slowly. I could do it with I've done that too. I've also done the so-called deviled brush where you just use a little bit of a flame just to take the tiniest point off, so you get this kind of like ragged brush texture from your bristles. English, not my strong suit. So that's a very subtle little lightening up here. Let's see if I can get it up here. See. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably, now that I have that, I can take this. Push it right up against the white line. And I'll soften it. I could also, there's a lot of different ways I could do. Soften that. Could actually go in with another colored pencil right on top of it, and it would actually soften the line quite a bit too. But I like the way it kind of makes a pop right now. I'm gonna probably zoom the ghost of that line in there. I might actually end up going like stupidly flat opaque white in this spot here, because every time I put another little layer of this titanium white on, it just gets a little bit more intense. Yeah, nice at the bottom there. It's getting a little bit more intense and becoming the actual light source. Oh, that was too much for me to fit around in there. I want a little bit of glow off there anyway, but there's going to be some washout or blowout, I should say, with the lighting here. Again, that might be best done with an airbrush than the one I'm using here. I might have to lighten up his head a bit. This feels like this would still be easier to do in color than in black and white, which is what I'm doing here. I think I have a lot of other matte medium lying about. Will be nice to have this piece done by, say, this week. Got a whole pile of things, a whole bunch of Second Coming stuff to get done. My son's still working on the boat for We Bring Only Death, but I'm also still working on witch stuff too, because of what happened in October. So it's turning into a heck of a lot of like playing catch up with too many things. But I have a feeling by Christmas end I will be fine. Put another coat here now that this is mostly dry. I don't want it to be fully dry. I want it to blend a little bit. What I could actually do is I could actually go in a bit to the forms and then paint them back dark later. Want a little bit of blending happening here. See how this dry. Oh, look at that little pull spot up here. Because there's a wet spot that got pulled up. It's continually pulling up. So I got to stop playing with that spot there. So, anyone looking forward to Robert Edgar's Nosferatu, which is opening in mid-December? I think December 25th. I think it's actually a Christmas Day opening. Pretty excited for it. There was a weird little knockoff Nosferatu that got released recently, starring the super skinny guys in all the Guillermo del Toro movies. Doug Smith? No, not Doug Smith. Doug Jones. Where he plays the vampire, and it's quite terrible. At least in my. I'm generally pretty generous with horror movies, but this was just bad. It's just bad. There we go. Probably should stop fiddling with this a bit. Let that flatten out and dry. Yeah, really excited for. All the word of mouth for it is that it's astounding, which is better than Northman. I was a little disappointed in Northman, and I'm not sure why. It just felt undercooked, if that makes sense. Like you figure the witch and the lighthouse, everything was so amazingly thought out. But I was a little disappointed with Northman. I still rewatch it. I've watched it like 3 times now, I think. I definitely gonna wait for this to dry before I do any more work on it. I wish I got closer to being happy with one of those Hero Initiative drawings, because then I just switch work on the Hero Initiative drawing and come back to that. But I redrew the Green Lantern one to get the figure work, and I'm just not happy with the proportions. I got to tweak that a bit more. I redrew a Hulk head and the Batman piece, and I'm still not happy with them for pen and ink. It takes me a lot to get really happy with my pencils, which is why a lot of times I start my streams with the thing already penciled, because I like start and restart and I start and restart. God, there's a part of me that really wants to push this to color. Yeah, you know what? I do have some work I got to ink, but I don't want to share that live. Damn. All right. If there's anything anyone wants me to like show you something like right now, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, I think I might end the stream a little early because I like where this is going, but I don't want to rush it. I didn't know I was going to be doing the glazing when I started. I thought I was just going to be doing the white touch-ups there, but now I got this glaze going on. Excuse me, and I'm really happy with that. So I'm gonna stick with this approach till I finish it. But that means I really can't do anything because here I still see how wet everything is. As fast as acrylics dry when you're doing glazes like this, it takes layers a while to dry. Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be tonight's stream right there. That little bit of work at this and those 2 books. Next week, I definitely want to have some more of the Hero Initiative pieces done. No one took me up in the last 2 commission slots for Christmas. So what I might do is I might just do a couple of pieces with an eye towards if they sell off my site, they're going to go to the food bank, because normally some of the commissions around this time of year immediately go to the food bank because people need to eat and it's the holiday and everyone's counting pennies. So if I can earn some money directly for my local food bank, the better. So I'm going to figure that out during this week as well. All right. So I know it's hard to tell here, but because all of a sudden it looks so changed in there, but I got most of the face out now. I got these nice textures I'm going to play with and probably do washes of a gray and black over top of that to make it like a little more vibrant in terms of black and white. Again, this should really be a colored piece at this point, work I'm putting into it. I want you all to have a great week and to come back. And I'm definitely going to try and have like at least 2 things ready to go for next week, because I've done this before where it's like I plan to work on one piece and I start doing something and go, oh shoot, this is where I'd go take a 20-minute break and work on something else. Not good for the stream. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, so in 1 week, another stream, 7:00. I got to get much better at like posting in the middle of the week that when I'm doing it. I so often I think about it on a Saturday or Sunday, or Anson reminds me to do the post, which is terrible because I'm just like so swamped with so many things right now. You guys have an amazing week. We're almost, oh my God, are we halfway through November already? Today's the 17th. We're over halfway through November already. Man, the 6 weeks till the year's over. Holy crap. Anyway, you guys have a great week. Hopefully I'll see most of you, if not all of you, next Sunday. Look on my social medias to see this Etrigan posted this week. Not sure what else. Oh yeah, and starting Wednesday, Witchy Wednesdays are returning. Thursday, Thursdays, you get to see some Viking stuff. Other than that, it's just me working away. You guys have a great week. Feel free to leave like and subscribe, of course, please. If you want to support me more directly, I have a $1 a month Patreon, which has been going increasingly well over the last several years. I'm really happy with the base I have there. And everyone there gets to see all these covers I get to do like months before I get to share them on social media. All right. You guys have a great night and take care. Bye.